So it's been a while since we've done one of these, but it would appear now officially we have another one on our hands. Suicide block. One of these things where I expect it to fail, and I don't know exactly when or what it's going to be the first thing to give, but we're going to try it anyway. One, you'll notice that these bearings are used, and I gave these bearings a clean bill of health at first. Initially, like when I first pulled them out, I think what happened was when I pulled them out is that they were good enough to keep, but I did find one that was on the weak side. This one right here is worn a good deal, right? But all the rest of the bearings are good though, except for that this one half. They got a bit worn out more than I would like, but we're gonna use it anyway because all the rest of them are good. And besides, that's like the least of my worries with this now. Another thing is we have a cooked rod. Now I did do some digging around on this, on the bluing effect or whatnot, and apparently, that's not necessarily a bad thing. They recommend taking it to a machine shop to check it out, but I'm not gonna do that. So, but apparently they can get overheated and still be usable, still be doable. And this is gonna be a pump gas build, so I don't really plan to see super high power levels. And if I was considering super high power levels, that's out the window now because of the big thing that what I finally deemed it a suicide block for. I'm not sure when this happened. I'm not sure if these have been like this since I've had them, or if in the multiple times transferring these things from place to place, it occurred. I guess you can see it a little bit better when I go out here, right? That's a crack in the piston, and I can see a hairline fracture. It's my phone's not good enough to show, but there's a hairline fracture running right where my fingertips at. Oh, you can see it in the shadow. See it? Right there. There's a hairline fracture right there. It doesn't go all the way through, and I don't know how bad it is, but it's definitely there. That's a crack. And also inside the skirt, there's another hairline fracture that runs down. That I think you can see well enough. Right there, right? So there's that. And then there's another one right there. Big old chunk out of the piston. Yeah. So these pistons probably don't have a lot of life left on them. Now, at first I didn't even notice them because both of those notches are in the exact same spot, more or less. So I didn't really think anything of it at all. And then I was looking at the other pistons like, wow, those aren't there. So then I took a closer look and I realized that, yeah, those are chunks of material that are missing from the piston. But whatever. I'm not tripping on it too hard. Oh, wow. Yeah, even there. It looks like on this one here, too. And, yeah, oh, wow. Cracked up. Yeah, man, these pistons are fucked up. Well, anyway, I've had these pistons on hand for, I'd say maybe like 3 years. I've had them stashed in the box. These were in the GSR suicide block that eventually got bored out and sold, right? And the reason why I considered that a suicide block at the time was because there was a lot of damage to the cylinder walls, right? I didn't, if these pistons were damaged at the time, I didn't notice it. All right, so I guess it's one of those good things that I held on to these things for as long as I did. But anyway, I'm just gonna see. I'm gonna see what I can do with them. I'm gonna see what I get out of it. If I can make this, anyway, like I said, this is gonna be one of those project cars. I'm gonna try to throw it together as quick as possible. So if I don't get a long-term use out of it, then it's not a big deal. I'll pull it apart and put new pistons and rods in there. Not a biggie. But at the same time, it's kind of one of those cool things to see, like what I can get out of it. Oh, anyway, yeah. So I was saying the whole fact I've had them for 3 years, and when I bought them, I paid $80 for them. So yeah, and the reason why I paid $80 isn't because they're fucked up. I paid $80 because the guy thought they were for something else, and I went and measured them, and they checked out to be what I thought they were, and so I bought them. Anyway, yeah. So this is gonna be one of those interesting things. Fortunately, we're not gonna have to wait too long to see it. Oh, if you saw the other video earlier about the whole job situation, yeah, I've got a job interview tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. So your boy Chris might not even get a day off. You know, as a matter of fact, this is happening so fucking quick that I'm probably gonna just take the time off until the work week for two reasons. One, because I don't mind a little bit of vacation. I had 4 days left with Ryder and I didn't get to use them, so that sucks. And also, the another reason why I might take the break off is because I did apply for a lot of different jobs. Not a fuck ton, but like I'd say half a dozen, and I'd like to see, you know, play the offers off of each other. You know, right? I've said for a long time I don't want to go back to a dealership. I'd rather do fleet. So the dealership, of course, was the first one after. My email application got answered within the hour of me dropping it. So I'm gonna go talk to the service manager tomorrow, see what's up there, see what their offer is, and then probably I'll see maybe about going through the hiring process, go ahead and take the piss test or whatnot, and then see about starting next Monday. If I don't get a better offer or whatnot, we'll see what happens. But yeah, thanks guys for your support. You know, I appreciate all that bullshit. I'm still gonna look into fucking with Ryder if I can, cause fuck those guys. That was bullshit, man. 4 years for it to end on a note like that kind of pisses me off. All right, guys. So yeah, just coming with a little update here. You can see now that all the pistons are on the new rods. Or all the old pistons are on the old rods I swapped over. And if you saw on Instagram, the ring lands for the old Nippon Racing pistons was busted. I bought that block knowing it was fucked up, and then I got the surprise of having forged rods, you know, scat Nippon combo. Yeah, so I think it's an individual piston that's fucked up. The rest of them are good, so I would imagine I'm not in a rush to use them right now because I got to bore over a block to do that, and the machine shop's turnaround time is really long. So, or I got to fix that other block that I originally got them from by decking it. So I would imagine that when the time comes to go use those pistons, or when I get a use for those pistons, I will talk to Jesse and see if I can buy an individual piston to replace the one that's gone. Also, when I was digging through my shit pile to find these pistons and rods, I did find another B18 crank. Now, I'm not sure if that B18 crank was the one that I was counting under my bed. I did put, of course, the B18 crank in the B18 block the other day. So I'm not sure if that was one of the two I was counting or not. But if it's not, that's fucking awesome, because that means I have one more after that. And the B18 happens to be my favorite block to use. And I keep trying to sell it to you guys, but nobody wants to buy one, so I'll just use it for myself. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and peace.